welcome back to Real Talk Jamaica, where no topic is off limits. I am the fabulous, the vivacious Quanna Harris. So guys, we have a lot in store for you today. Stay ready, so you're not have to get ready. We will be right back. Studies have found that a woman's intuition goes deeper than culture gender expectations. On a biological level, women have increased brain activity as well as greater blood flow in areas of the brain that control memory and emotion. Today, I have with me Miss Nastasia to dissect this topic, gut over loss. Welcome, Nastasia.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure with your beautiful smile. So, Nastasia, we're going to just go straight in it. We just want the authentic truth, the scandalous truth.
Can the folks handle the truth?
Yes, them can angle it. But viewers can angle it.
Make so go in like then, no?
Look here, at them type. At them type. Guess you'll be like, you know. Anyway, let's talk about the scandalous truth as it pertains to loss. You know, beaming as a young teenager, you know, tell me about the lustful things that you have attempted, have not attempted, but really wanted to attempt.
Well, I'm not that out there kind of girl, but I've done a few things. And a few things not that we can't really say on camera.
We can't say anything. We can't
it's
say.
trouble you want to put me there.
But we just, you know, tweak it up a little.
Clean it up for the folks.
Clean it up for the folks and tell
them.
Mm-hmm.
Lustful things. I shoot my shot a couple times. That's a sniper.
Yeah, he's a sniper?
Yeah.
So you forgot to tell me about that sniper business here. What you say?
Yeah, I shoot my shot a couple times. You know, you see a nice little chocolate gentleman, you like him.
A chocolate to your favorite?
Yes.
All right, go on.
Like a dark chocolate, you know. You see him appeal to you. And all the time, if you make the gentleman, them come to you, you know.
Okay.
No. No, it's true. God help those who help themselves. So if you see something that you want, go for it.
What you say?
Say you don't believe so?
Look here. I'm me to the interview. I am conducting the interview, okay? So, what you say, you shoot your shot. You believe in taking charge, go for your man. If it's a man that you want, you go for him.
If it's him you see and you like, go for him. Suppose him shy.
All right, tell me how you approach him.
Well, every man different. You can't just approach everybody like, you know, you can't use the same approach. You have to have style.
Give me one of your style.
Just compliment him on him ear, him have little ear.
Ear
tell him
like
smell nice.
Okay.
You like him beard. You know, gentlemen, them have nice lips. You have to tell them about them lips. Let them feel good in themselves. Things where you would have want as a woman, you give them as a man.
Okay. So you shoot your shot?
Yeah.
All right.
They look a nice way. Sometimes them take the bait, sometimes them not take the bait. Some men don't really have much, you know, them not really so. I don't want to say them not sensible, but them not, you know, always apparent to them. So you have to dig a little deeper now and go for one next technique now.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Teach me, girl. Talk to me there. Look here, I'm single too long, so look like you have to teach me.
Oh, gosh.
Talk to me the way you say.
Yeah, you have to make them know. So look here, a nice gentleman, sir. I see how you appeal to my little...
Yeah.
You know, my little chest plate, little butterflies, make you feel overwarming. Yeah, you have to make them know. Some of them, the gentleman, you have to feel them out, you know. So you know, say if the gentleman say, if you notice him always a speaky spokey back, make him know you're versatile.
No, sir, come teach me the girl. Go on again.
Yeah, you have to approach him like a nice little young girl. Show him say you have a little decorum, boy. Hi, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Okay.
Thank you so much for helping me on this lovely evening. So what's your plan for the rest of the evening? Yeah, you have to make them know, you know, make them feel nice to themselves. Man act like idiot when them feel good in a girl. Hey, you want a nice drink come and make him feel like say. You know, tell him all of the things them when mother used to tell him on Sunday evening, beat him and tied him up and so. Yeah, you tell him them some of them head giddy. Giddy.
So, all right, after you get your head giddy though, what's the next step?
I don't know. It depends how you feel that day. There sometimes, you know, some man you have to just flirt with and love it. So sometimes you see one nice little gentleman. Maybe you feel him out in that workplace or you see him every Saturday or so. You see him and him son or him daughter. You say, oh, you know, this man is a nice little family man. You know, you always want to be a little family girl. You feel him out little, watch him 2 times, and you will know where you want to go or where you don't want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. So that's how you lost. So you lost after him and you go after him, right? But while you're doing your baits and you're doing your plans and you're going after this man, what about your gut feeling? If your gut feeling said to you, say, boy, nas this and no. No move for that one.
Yeah, one joke, girl. So you know, so one time I shoot my shot, right? Shoot my shot properly, you know. Proper, you know. Shoot my shot and then the number exchange and everything. Don't get the texting part now. May I say like something off about the gentleman, but I don't know what off about the gentleman. And may I try anyways. Me did it. Out of nowhere, you know, a little voice just come to me.
Yeah, man. A little voice there.
Slow your roll, girl. Slow your roll. This man, you know, the pan for your side. May I say, okay then. Not up on my side. But then I like the gentleman, you know, because a nice chunky chocolate. You know them deep chocolate, nice. Sick up on your stomach, nice. Yeah. So I want the gentleman. Is the gentleman I want is him going for. But then I push it, I now follow my mind, I now listen. You can't tell me slow down because it's the gentleman I want. Girl, the gentleman on my side.
What side him the on?
One next side, but on my side, now your side.
Okay, it's that side.
That side.
Okay. So you say if you did follow the little
Me
vice
say, they don't know my proper plan wedding long time.
Oh, what you say? And the man at the part none of us
Me
side?
say, me plan the wedding long time because the talking nice. Yeah, man. Me plan the wedding. Me plan the picnic them name. Plan everything.
So everything.
Everything. Me say, disappointed. Come like if the earth could have opened up and take me in. But I just want the earth open and take me in.
But you remember, you know, you get the warning, you know.
And I don't follow it.
I'm not even going to ask you how you find out. Trust me, I'm not even going to ask you.
You're not ready.
Alright, so has loss ever dictated your relationship over your gut feeling?
Yes and no.
And give me an example.
My loss, let me see now. Let me see.
So you lost after the person.
I try, because I've been in a serious relationship for a while now.
Right.
Like almost 6 years. So it's been a minute.
Right.
So I say,
I'll
go back,
yeah.
And see. I haven't been with a lot of men. But in my younger years, I used to do women. So I try track back now to see if...
Wait, darling. Go back. You just switch me up a while ago. In your younger teenage years, that's what you're saying? Because you seem pretty young to me.
I'm older than I look.
You used to?
Date females.
Okay, so you used to date females and?
And sometimes loss make you do the thing, you know?
So are you saying that maybe it's loss let you went that way with females?
No. It wasn't lost. No, I never, no. But I've had a few females where because, you know, one thing about them appeal to you, you just pursue them, and you know deep down in yourself say, not a problem not gonna come from this, but you like that little one thing there. So you just work with that one thing there. Till probably the lust dead or it just not appeal to you no more, you just dig off from that and go on somewhere else.
So, realizing that this is loss and your gut is telling you differently, which direction do you go?
Alright.
Most
Real
of
story.
the time, real story.
Real
Talk
story.
truth.
My last committed female migrated. But prior to her migrating, I was having a little, a little mental battle, because I grew up as a Christian, believe it or not. I grew up in the church, and the choir, all works. So it came down to the point where, you have that little debate in yourself. Do I follow what I was told as a child? The teachings of Christ, man to woman, whatever. Or do I follow this little feeling that I always get when I see that little nice girl? So I struggled with that for like months, until she came and she said, hey, some paperwork's come through and I go fly away. And it's like perfect timing. But I say, all right. But God did I tell me from morning, say just try men, hopefully them change, try tolerate them for a while, see what happens.
All right, I'm going to backtrack a little. What was it? Was it an experience with a man that led you to females?
Several experiences.
And I'm saying that they weren't good experiences.
Not in the least.
Okay.
Not in the least at all. Nah. But alright, those experiences is what made me hate men. So I never really found myself attracted to men when I was young. I couldn't find it. Like now, I can look at a man and say, hey, he looks nice. What would, back then it was a no.
Can you pinpoint
what happened?
What happened? Why the switch? Why the change? What was that breaking, that point?
The change from female
to male.
It was me wanting a family.
Okay.
Because I grew up poor. I grew up dirt poor. So all I had was my father. My mother migrated sometime. When I was about 13, my mother migrated. So growing up, I never really had that mommy figure, per se. And I'd always get in my feelings when I see like other people and their mother and all of that. I wanted to give to a child what I did not have, which was, the stability, the mommy, daddy, the good love up and that thing there.
Right.
I wanted to do that. And in order for me to do that, I would have to find one man and do it the old traditional way.
Right.
I know persons say, IVF is out there for lesbians and stuff. I did not want to do that. I wanted to get pregnant. I don't know how me gonna get pregnant because I never liked penetration at all. I could even stomach the thought of it. But I know I want children, and I guess my father was there. He wanted grandchildren. And I wouldn't say it was pressure to do that, but his desire, made me say, you know what, make we just try this. The first boy I talked to left me for a man.
Look here now.
Believe it or not. The first boy I said I got talk to, because I tell my girlfriend did migrate, and when she migrated and thing, like the relationship was good, but as I said, I have that little debate in my head.
Between,
so
struggle with yourself.
I say, all right then, maybe God hear me, and this time little answer. This is a sign. I take the sign. She said, all right, she'll fly away and proper in love, proper in love, because at the time, I said I was going to turn a soldier because I really want to join JDF. Like, that was my dream job. So we did have plans for the future and everything. And when she migrated, sad, me I tell you. Sad. Proper stress out. The girls stress out, stress right out. I said, all right, we could try this. Meet one nice little guy, young guy, my age and everything. And we had takes and so. But because I was a lesbian, I have gay friends. I mean, my gay friends, them communicate like that. So me I tell them now, say, you know, out of this now, you know, me I talk to a little one guy and proper loss, but them time they don't know say I lost you,
Right.
Swear say I love you, you know. Me I say me in love no one. The gentleman there and da 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 da. And one of my gay friends say, let me see because the name sound familiar.
Okay.
Me I say, no man, you don't know him. That's when the man tell me that you know that little pain the way you feel down in your belly, like your belly drop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the belly drop, you know. But you know them days that you're young, you don't really know what a clock a strike. You know, understand, say, look here now.
You got that.
And you got that, you know.
Talk to you. Mm-hmm.
But still I tell myself, so no man. I know him, I may tell him no, him, and him say, make me see the picture because if him brown and him tell me the location and I may say, maybe me did text you and tell you one time because through me so in love, may I tell everybody about this boy, you know.
Well in love with him.
Well in love, may I tell you. And me say, the boy say, me sure you say me know him for true.
And send him.
No, sir. The boy call my phone, this is my gay friend.
Yes. Sir.
Call my phone, them time 3 nights I run.
Right.
Call my phone on the 3 nights. And him said, don't say nothing. And him 3-way the guy. So when I hear the boy on the phone, my belly drop one day that 3 times.
Wow.
My belly, me say, proper drop, you know. The first boy me there with left me for a man. When I tell people tell me say I lie, me I
What
tell.
a karma.
I say, yeah, me know then God hilarious, see? God is a real comedian. If me tell you about some experience of me have, me I tell you, God is a comedian.
But you think it's God though?
But not even know. Me just say I gotta work with that and just leave it alone. Because I don't want to think about it. Because if I think too hard, don't make one sense.
Wow. 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 You know what? We're straight a little from our question, so we're going to go right. We're going to just go back. But we know we're going to stray a little bit again. So, how quick does your gut feeling kick in? Like, you meet somebody, how quick does your gut feeling kicks in? It works. What happened?
No, I think it's a little bit different because, you know, your experiences shape you. I'm saying experience teach you wisdom.
Right.
So now you're able to weigh and judge certain situations quicker. Because you see this already, so you know, so once you say these 2 steps, then the next step usually is this. So
Right.
now from you see them 2 something they don't really need for guess and spell, you can say, oh, that supposed to go happen next.
Right.
So now my gut kick in like right off the bat.
Instantly. Because of your experiences.
Yeah.
So how do you tell the difference between your gut feeling and loss? How you tell the difference now?
You know, sometimes you just know, but it comes down now to, for me stubborn. I'm stubborn bad. Stubborn. You know Guinea stain? I'm stubborner than Guinea stain, as my father would say. Stubborn.
So you like to have your own way?
Me say so all when the gut, I tell you say, stop, cease and desist, mayday. Sometimes you just lock off that part there and focus on that part there.
You just focus on the loss part?
Yeah, because sometimes your physical rule you.
Flesh.
Rule you. So sometimes you know in yourself, you know.
The loss is the flesh.
The flesh.
Right.
Yeah, and the gut and the brain and the heart, and you know that little inner part there.
I talk to you.
So sometimes you know your red flags fly up, you see all of the little red and you hear the siren and everything, but you just make your flesh rule you.
Wow, again, listen, I'm just having some wow moments right now. You know, wow. I'm going to wrap up our conversation Can you rationalize your gut feeling? Can you rationalize it?
Yeah and no. Like as I say, you see your gut is it's I think it connect like your third eye. I don't want to go into too much spirituality. Cause you know that is the next thing.
Our next topic.
Yeah. But you know you always know. No matter what you think you don't know, you always know. So when you go to talk, you always know, say, look here, this a come from that part there. From, one of that part there. So just understand.
Girl, you've had some experiences.
Too much
experiences. Now, this is what you call educational. Yes, it's really eye-opening and educational. Before I even wrap up, so you're me have to jump back little. Me wrap up in a but why something popping in my head a while ago. I'm gonna think more ask you. You are currently in a long-term relationship.
Yes.
With a male.
Yes.
And how is that going for you?
That's good. That's great. Well, I say it's great. As I tell you, experiences shape you, mold you. This guy is physically everything I want. Everything. And him help me overcome some of the little things them from the little traumas, as my therapist would say. The traumas and stuff, him help me, work through them, help me get over them so now me can look on life a little different than how me used to look back on it them time. There. So it's great. It is great. I still lust for girls, but
that wasn't going to be my next question, and I say, you know what, I'm just going to don't ask it. But since you start, go ahead
I have
and
my
answer.
moments.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have my moments. I was talking to somebody recently, and I said to them, say, Christian people like to tell us it's a demon, but a demon is strong, The demon strong for true, like, I will literally feel for a girl more than I'll feel for a man. I don't want to say I hate men, but I hate them to some extent. Some of them, till me get them guilty till them prove themselves innocent.
But you still have that lustful feeling. But you're fighting it though.
Yeah, I am. I am. I really am. I have children now, so.
Okay. All right. Guys,
Too stunned to speak.
Guys, this was a very, very, very interesting conversation. And Nas, I am so happy you agreed to share your story and you were blatantly truthful.
There can't be nothing else in this world.
Yes, that's why we are called
Real
Real Talk.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, tell a lie, don't make no sense.
So Nas, thank you again for making it Real Talk Jamaica.
All right. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with more Real Talk Jamaica. This segment was brought to you by Instinct Media. Thanks for being with us today. You are aware of what Real Talk Jamaica represents, right? It's right there in our slogan, where no topic is off limit. So, on this episode of Fix Up Yourself, we have with us Miss Carrie-Ann Duaney to talk all things law. Welcome, Miss Duaney, to Real Talk Jamaica.
Thank you very much for having me.
Before we go any further with our interview, Mr. Wade, could you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
Thank you. Yes, I am Carrie-Ann Duhaney. I am the Principal Director of Duhaney Law. My office is situated in Stonehill Square, and I'm an attorney at law.
Right, and you have been practicing for?
I've been practicing for over 10 years.
Wow. So you're well knowledgeable on the topics, the questions that I have ready for you, right?
I should be.
You should be.
I should be, because
Yes.
law is an ongoing subject. Many of us think that law is static, but the
Right.
law is always changing. So I am abreast with the latest laws.
Okay. So my first question to you, we're going to talk a little bit about everything, or try to touch a little bit of everything. So the first thing is a will. What exactly is a will?
A will is a legal document that is written before and has validity. It is written by someone who has assets to begin with. If you don't have nothing, no write no will. So in essence, if you have property, if you have a house, a car, anything that you can give to somebody,
Right.
put in a will, put on a piece of paper, have it witnessed by at least 2 persons, and name somebody who will take care of your estate. And I mentioned that if you have something, because you can't will emotions.
Right.
So if you have assets, that is where a will is important.
Okay. So that's the importance of a will. If
Yes.
you have your assets,
If you have
and
assets and you want to ensure that those who you're leaving behind, that they get to benefit from your assets. And
So-
the will also reduces the incidence of family conflicts and reduces the incidence of deadlift war in families.
Right. You know, I don't know why this question just popped in my head. And Miss Duhaney, your personality just tell me that you're going to answer this question for me.
Hope
Give me
I'll
an
be able
example
to.
of a deadlift war.
A deadlift war is usually land in Jamaica. So a father or mother or grandfather or grandmother, any relative may have a piece of land, but that person might not have written a will to say who is to benefit from the land.
Right.
It might be a number of persons who will benefit, or it might be just one person.
Right.
Now, when that person closes his or her eyes, there's no power right there.
Right.
So the relatives who are left behind usually involve themselves in a tug of war, who is to get what. But if it is properly documented in a will, there should be enough certainty to determine that Quanna gets X and Carrie-Ann gets Y. The absence of a will, yes, there'll be sometimes conflict.
Well, I was just going to ask you my third question, and it was if there is no will, but you just answered for me. So it will cause a deadlift war, or if there's something else you would like to add to that,
Yes.
if there is no will.
Because sometimes not all families have conflicts.
Right.
So because they're in agreement with what should be given to whom, that person or persons, in the absence of a will, can go to the court or go to the AGD, the Admin General Department, and apply for letters of administration.
Okay.
With the assistance of an attorney, that family can help settle the estate or settle the deadlift of the person who passed on. So Quanna will rightly get her X and Carrie-Ann will rightly get her Y.
Right.
When
so,
there is no agreement now, that is where the deadlift war comes into play.
right. So I'm going to ask you, what's your stance on a prenup? But before that, you're going to explain to our viewers what exactly is a prenup.
A prenuptial is an agreement, a prenuptial agreement, as the prefix pre says, that takes place, an agreement that takes place between a man and a woman before the actual marriage. So Mr. Tom and Miss Jane will agree before marriage, the actual wedding, that the assets that they have will be treated in a particular way.
Right.
And that basically is what a prenuptial is. It also has some degree of protection. So say for instance, Quanna, as the millionaire that you are,
Right.
yes, will be marrying someone who is of meager means,
Not really.
and you want to secure your assets, because maybe that's where love, you know,
Yeah, it's true.
that's where love came for you, and you want to secure your assets. You may enter into a prenuptial agreement, but the person will be marrying must agree.
Okay. So if the person don't agree with it, it's not standing.
It's not valid, because both of
Okay.
you have to sign.
Okay, okay.
Both of you have to sign.
What's your stance on this, though, Miss Duane?
Well, goody. Either party, it is wise to enter into a prenuptial agreement, because we don't know how the relationship will end. It's not
Right.
one that is, say, well, I don't trust you. You know, that it's not that you're saying that you don't trust the person, but it's just for protection. It's just an extra coat of protection, an extra coat of paint on the house. So just to ensure that your assets are dealt with in a particular way, or they're kept secure.
But does prenup always just deal with assets? Because I have read online some really weird prenup. Have you ever come across any such requests from any? I know you cannot.
Not since my practice. Mostly are to protect the assets that they have.
Okay. So you have not come across any weird one like, do not put the person must put back down the toilet seat, and because I've seen that online where persons put that in a prenup.
Well, I don't think those are items that should be listed in a prenuptial. That requires some degree of counseling before and compromise in a marriage.
Okay.
So I wouldn't include those items in a prenuptial agreement.
All right then, ma'am. So we're going to move it right along because we want to touch on every little area, right? So right now we're going to talk about the importance of consulting or engaging an attorney when you're purchasing property.
Yes, it is important to do so. There are checks that an attorney will conduct in an agreement or before an agreement is entered into, to ensure that the land actually is owned by the person selling it, because we have had instances where persons are selling land that is not theirs.
Really?
Yes, it happens quite frequently.
Okay.
And also to check that the agreement itself that is drawn up is one that protects that individual that the attorney is representing. So I always, you know, say to my clients that if the person doesn't have the person who is selling the land or purchasing the land doesn't have an attorney, ask the other party to get an attorney to protect their rights.
Right.
It is always and also advisable that we have two separate attorneys when you're entering into such agreements, in the event that there's some degree of conflict.
Right. So make sure when I'm going to buy my apartment complex.
Yes, call the Haney law.
Okay, I will do. Okay. So what's the difference between joint tenancy and tenant in common?
Joint tenancy and tenants in common are two ways in which you can hold property.
Okay.
Meaning hold property with more than one person.
Okay.
So say for instance, Quanna and Kerrian buys one of those apartments and we own it as joint tenants.
Right.
It means that we hold it in equal shares, 50-50. In the event that one of us passes before the other,
Right.
that share goes to the survivor automatically.
Okay.
It
okay.
cannot be willed.
Okay.
It cannot be willed.
Okay.
So regardless of how many children Kerrian or Quanna may have, those children cannot get that property or that half of property, because it goes automatically because of how it is owned as joint tenants.
Right.
On the other hand, if property is owned as tenants in common,
Right.
at that time you'll be able to share up. So it would be 70-30, there's a ratio, 70-30,
okay.
50-50 and so on. And that share can be willed
Okay.
to survivors.
Okay. So which would you more recommend for persons, or it depends on the situation?
It does. Because if you have children, I'd recommend tenants in common, because we don't know if after the mother or father dies, if a stepmother or stepfather will come in who will want to take away,
Right.
And it's dependent on the parties. Husband and wife, I'd say joint tenants.
Okay.
Husband and wife.
Right.
But if they're like survivors, if they're children, small children, I'd recommend tenants in common. But each situation stands on its own merit.
Okay. I'm going to read this question. Oftentimes, I've heard of someone taking charge of someone else's property by just paying an outstanding taxes. What is the process on this? What's the reason behind this? Not the reason, but is this really legal?
Yes, you can thief people on.
Yes.
Like that. Well, adversely possess land like that. In layman terms, you capture the land.
Mm-hmm.
This is the proper way of doing it, by adverse possession.
The proper way.
Yes, the legal way
Okay.
of taking the land.
So how much tax would I have to pay up?
12 consecutive years, but
Okay.
there are other things that you must show. You must show that you have occupied the land without any interference.
Okay.
So say for instance the land is owned by Kerrian, and Kerrian is away for 12 years or has not been on the property for 12 years. Quanna may go on that land and pay the taxes every year, not in a lump sum. Every year you may occupy the land by putting your goat on there, building a house on it, and over time the law allows for you the law will recognize your occupation of the land. 12 consecutive years
Right.
and other acts, and the land is yours.
There you have it, the law in a nutshell. So, Ms. Duane, can you tell our viewers where they can find you?
My office is located in Stonehill Square,
Right.
next door to the PC Bank upstairs. You'll see a big black and yellow sign, the Haney Law. The numbers are 876-613-4188, or send us a WhatsApp at 876-522-8256.
Thank you very much, Ms. Duane, for making it Real Talk Jamaica.
The pleasure was mine to have been here.
Thank you. Question of the day is gut versus lust, and which one you will choose and why?
That's a good question. Okay, so it depends on the circumstance first and foremost, because some circumstances call for like a quick gut response, whereas you have other circumstances that just call for lust. You know, you can meet somebody and you're driven just primarily by lust, whereas you have circumstances where you need to be following through with your gut instinct. And listen, lust has to be overridden at that point, because you don't want to be, following your lust and then fall into a trap of just a lust-filled circumstance.
Anything my gut feeling say no, run. The guts.
Oh, me think lust. Probably me see somebody and like them lust.
So you lust and you just go on.
Yeah, I like him. Come and see my lust.
I don't work with gut. I don't work with lust. Lust is when you lust for something you can't get done.
Choose my gut because my gut never lead me wrong yet. Yeah.
Work with my guts because lust, sometimes lots of things where you can do without. Guts are something to do with feelings, like something spiritual, like when Jah show you say, oh, don't do that because might be danger or something will happen.
So you have never end up in a lustful situation yet?
Yes. Sometimes I see a girl I'm like and lust her for her, even you.
Okay, even me. All right, so what you say, when you make your move off of your lustful situation?
If it works sometime? Well, sometime. But when I follow my guts, I never go wrong.
We all know lust is temporary still, so really and truly if you think about it, it's never the best option, and it's fleeting also. So you really go with your guts and you play the safe choice.
Our gut instincts, and people tend to be very reactive sometimes. And sometimes the opportunity might come up where you've desired for a long, long time, so you might go with the lust. But it's always wiser to go with your guts, because your guts might tell you, say, hey, I might can buy that car now, but you lost that fight. And you say, you know, say a long time I want the car there, but or that girl there, you know, and you see her and you get that one opportunity to talk to her, but based off a lust, you go in there and you never know it's a bad decision. She might not be the perfect match for you, but your guts go and look at her and say, no, you know, or go and look at her and say, no, it's not a good financial decision to buy that car. So I would say guts, for sure, yeah, and think about it too, you know.
So I lost something there? We're getting a problem.
Wait, are we finished? Honestly, I was having so much fun, I lost the track of time. And that's it, folks. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, and to share. Until next time, Real Talk Jamaica.